Holden Akey here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get the first of the two campaign challenges for the week of February 2nd through the 9th, which is That's No Moon! Exclamation point, which requires you to complete the Requiem mission on Legendary difficulty solo. And for this particular mission, I turned on 3 skulls. I turned on Tilt to get a little bit extra shielding in vehicles. I turned on Cowbell for a little bit extra explosive capability, and Grunt Birthday Party to make it easier to see grunt headshots at distance. And as we start here, getting through the 343 stuff, which always seems to take a lot of time, we skip the first cutscene and we're off and running. Now, in addition to some of the tried and true methods that I use in running Requiem, like the double backtrack skip, I've incorporated several new tactics, speedrunning tactics, which I'll point out when I get to them, or perform them, if you will. Now notice there I picked up the Covenant Carbine, and I originally swapped out my AR for a plasma pistol. Those are 2 basic weapons I'll be using throughout this mission.
I'm picking up a faint transmission on the high end.
And of course we're off and running.
I don't think so. The pattern's different.
I think we do more running and driving on this particular mission than anywhere else in the campaign. Except for maybe the mad dash at the end of Forerunner. Okay, first up we want to do is flip this hog over here and take off, and now we're driving instead of running. I'm sure everybody's seen this dash with the hog before. A Legendary Smile came up with a nice skip that includes a rush through the first valley and then jumping up and over and around the rock faces to despawn some of the coveys around the cartographer's structure. And I haven't quite mastered that one yet, so this is why I'm going to be using the double backtrack skip, which will take a little bit more time. Actually, his skip actually cuts about 6 or 7 minutes off of the mission. If I could drive. Okay, we're going to come down here to the edge of the cave system here and do a U-turn. And then head back towards that last gap we jumped. This is where we're going to execute the first skip. That'll despawn all the coveys in the valley. Okay, now we're going to run right across here, plant our foot in that little black smudge, do a jump across to here, walk up to here, turn right, crouch jump up, hold the crouch, turn left, jump up here. Notice the screen freeze. That's all the coveys despawning in front of us. And what it's doing is essentially reloading the map up ahead of us. Okay, jump back in the hog, and off we go. Okay, nobody home. Let's just keep on going now. The first covey we're really going to have to deal with is a concussion rifle elite at the start of the second area. And there are different ways to take him out, including just running right by him, but I'm going to go ahead and take him out with the 50 cal on the hog here. Takes a little bit longer, but it's a lot safer to take him out from distance. The first thing I'm doing is dropping the sniper tower, because he has a tendency to hide behind it and you can't get a line of fire on him. Now that the tower's down, he's a sitting duck. Trying not to burn out the barrel here. There we go, he's down. Now we're going to set up the second back track skip. And to do that, I'm going to run back up here a ways and grab a ghost. There are actually two parked in the valley here. And I'm going to use both of them. Okay, here's ghost number one. I'm just going to bring it up just, oops. Up here along this little rock ledge. Park it right here in that little gap with the left wing in the gap, and off to get the second ghost. Bring him up here, and if you hold your jump key down, that'll lift the nose of the ghost up, and you can just run it right up that first ghost and use it like a ramp. There we go. And the first thing we want to do after we've accomplished that is go up here, walk up under these arches here. That'll get 3 grunts waking up. Come back here so we can take a little cover and take them out at our leisure. Like so. Easy peasy. Alright. Now we got to bring the ghost up to a point further up into the map where we would normally engage more coveys. And we need to do that to get them to despawn when we go back and do the backtrack skip. That's the idea. You advance to a certain point and then backtrack, and those enemies will despawn. And you jump back across the gap. Okay, so be a little careful here. You don't want to bang into rocks or anything. Okay, turn around. Oh, get shot at by, oh, just barely made it. Sometimes you can splatter that elite, sometimes not. But there is a jackal sniper up there, but he'll go away as well. All the coveys on the ground level, the coveys on the first level of the cartographer's structure will go away once we execute the skip. And then we'll be left with a sword elite who's got camo, along with 3 grunts and 2 shielded jackals. I'm going to use the tried and true method to take them out. Okay, and we're getting there. And park the ghost, and back to the ledge here, the edge of the ledge, jump across. Now for some reason on this particular jump I was having a problem. I didn't quite get it right. I think what happened was I was releasing my crouch a little bit too soon, or I was running into something when I tried to jump. Not really sure, but when in doubt, try again. Just got to make sure, okay, jump up, screen freeze. Just got to make sure you don't fall down in one of those gaps there. That's why I was looking down when I jumped back. Okay, that should take care of the second pass of the skip. And like I said, all we got left is, on the outside anyway, is a sword elite with camo and 3 grunts and 2 shielded jackals. Alright, whoa, nice little spin move there. Alright, now I'm going to run up to the second ghost and take off again. By the way, right... You know, that next pair of arches is right there is where Legendary Smile starts jumping up the cliff faces to initiate his skip. One of these days I'll be able to demonstrate that, but not today. Okay, now so everybody's gone down here. Everybody's gone on this level, and there is the sword elite. I'm going to splatter him, boom, and then immediately jump out of the ghost and get the heck out of dodge back down to the first level. Sometimes the grunts, when you splatter that elite, sometimes the grunts will go suicidal. I'm waiting for my shields to come back, but I'm also hanging out down here just to make sure that I don't have a grenade-happy grunt charging me. Okay, now it's time to take out the rest of the coveys up here. Alright, I think we got one more shielded jackal to deal with. I'm not quite sure where he's at, where he's hiding, where he's... Oh, there he is. Okay, that takes care of him, and as soon as you get all the coveys here, the camo magically, camouflage AA magically appears, and just pick it up. We got to pick it up to advance the mission, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Okay, and while we wait, when we come in here, the first thing we're going to do is a little crating exercise to blockade a doorway, and then start taking out coveys.
I wondered when they show
Pretty much know where most of them are, so you can anticipate their appearance and then position yourself to take them out. Whoops, didn't want to go that way.
Chief, a console in the back.
Momentarily got confused there. Yep, that's the guy I want. Actually, there's another doorway on the other side that's similar to that one that I was kind of looking at there. That's got a way to blockade it as well, but I'm not going to bother with that. Speedrunners blockade that doorway. Okay. So notice how far this container flew with a grenade. Yeah, that's thanks to Cowbell. If I didn't have Cowbell on, that container would have hardly moved. Alright, what I'm doing is I'm blockading this little doorway right here, which keeps 2 grunts and an elite behind the door when it opens. Okay. Looks like I'm about ready to go. Just trying to center that thing. Okay, here we go. Come on up here. Get full ammo for the carbine and head up to the cartographer station. Now there's a couple more places. Like I said, there's a little doorway on the other side. I could create a number of doorways and minimize the number of enemies that I'd actually have to deal with out in the open. But I found that actually shooting them is a little bit quicker than worrying about the barricades. Okay, that was a forced cutscene right there. Nothing we could do about it, but as soon as we get control back, let's head off this way. We've got to push 2 switches to get the cartographer back.
Hopefully we can find some way to get this cartographer back online.
Okay, switch one of the ones across this light bridge here. Just haul it across, activate that switch. Alright. Let's turn around, come back, and make a move to the left, and we've got a squad of grunts and shielded jackals down here we want to take out.
This type of processing system usually works in parallel.
Okay, that takes care of them. Go down here and fill up on ammo. And if I'd have done the other, whoa, I think that's the firing coming out of that barricade that I set up. That's the elite. Okay. Anyway, I could have barricaded a little doorway down here and not have to worry about these 3 grunts. But like I said, just as easy to take them out. Okay, and up above there's an elite. I'm going to take him out with a noob combo here. Plasma, EMP, and headshot, and he's taken care of. And then come on up here and let's flip the second switch. Okay, back we come here. Out to the left, there's 2 jackals. Ah, missed it. Dadgummit.
UNSC AI Cortana to infinity. Please respond.
3 grunts came out of a doorway that we could have barricaded but didn't. And then there's 2 more grunts down there somewhere. They usually walk up those ramps to the platform.
We may be able to use it to track the ship's location.
And I'm looking for that shielded jackal that I missed the first time. There he is. Okay. He's taken care of. Alright, got that grunt that walked up the ramp. And now we're off to take out another squad of grunts and shielded jackals right about here. And again, I could have barricaded them in as well. But that would have taken a while, so... My goal here was to try to get this run done in 25 minutes or so, and I actually got close to that. I think it was about 25 and a half minutes. Which is pretty quick for Requiem. It's not a speed run by any means, but it's pretty quick. Alright, let's get that guy out of the way. Alright, and then up here we've got a jackal marksman we want to take out. There it goes. And now we're going to have 2 elites and 3 shielded jackals. Go ahead and ammo up there. And they're going to appear across the way by the cartographer station. Go ahead and take the jackals out first if you can. Now that one elite you can take out by just nailing him with carbon fire like that. That'll drop his shields. Alright, now we got to deal with that third. There we go, got the third jackal. Alright, the second elite up there is a little bit tougher because he's got extra shielding. And it takes 2 EMPs and a headshot, or an assassination or a backsmack to take him out. I'm going to try to maneuver him either over to... Oops! There's that grunt that I missed the first time. I'm going to try to maneuver him over to a post on the left. Now, sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. And it may be that I don't have Thunderstorm on, which is the enemy never retreats skull. Again, I'm trying to get him over to the left. And as it turns out in this particular run, what I did is I got him in a patrol mode going away from me at distance. So if I do the double EMP, what I want is for the first EMP for him to be a ways away from me, which makes the second one easier. Now I'm going camo here. Notice how far away he is. His back is turned to me. Okay, that's EMP number 1. EMP number 2. Headshot, and he's down. And I was able to do that at a little bit of distance. Alright, now to finish off the coveys, we got these 2 grunts. The elite that was behind here just kind of disappeared, but we got these 2 grunts back here. Go ahead and stick one of them. That'll blow the door open for the second one and just head shoot him. Sometimes I get both with a grenade, sometimes not. Alright, let's go ahead and ammo up. Fresh plasma pistol. And off to the cartographer. Actually, I did that fairly quickly for a non-speed run set of tactics. Okay, now when we come out of this skip scene, normally we're going to come out on the bridge, and normally we would be taking out all the coveys on the bridge, but I'm going to do a rush here to take out the need to deal with the first half of the bridge. I'm going to come down here to the right. Okay. Jump down in here on the edge. I actually ran a little bit too far. No, I didn't. Okay. Jump back up, down here below. Go ahead and take one out with the back smack. Yep, take 2 out with the back smack. Okay. Now I got to deal with... Ooh, that's a phantom up there firing at me. A grunt and a gunner seat. Alright, now I got another elite I got to deal with here. And this one is a pain in the butt. He goes in patrol mode, and what you're trying to do is to get him... how he knew I was coming, I have no idea. It may be the gunner in the Phantom, or one of the cubbies that's on the far side of the bridge is squawking at him. I just can't hear him. The idea is to get him stationary or get him moving away so we can back smack him. That's a little tough to double EMP head shooting. And this cost me, actually, it probably cost me a couple of minutes of time. See, I don't understand that. And I think it's, I could hear one of the, I could hear one of the grunts up ahead squawking, and that may be alerting him to the fact that I'm around, even though I'm got camo on. Okay. So it's a matter of getting him positioned in such a way that I can take him out. Now sometimes this is very simple to do, sometimes it's not. Now notice that, no, he's moving again. Alright, I think what yeah, in this particular run what I did is I caught him moving away from me. Alright, he's coming up to the post. He stops. I go camo. See, that's just driving me nuts. Normally I can just run right up to him and smack him. Ooh, and a grenade. When in doubt, run away. We're going to get this guy. And again, I think that this cost me a couple of minutes in the run. That's okay. This just requires a little bit of patience. Again, I'm watching him patrol now. Okay, at this point, this is where I rush up behind him and take him out. Now, we got a Jackal sniper. Want him down. And we got a few more grunts and shielded jackals to clear down here, along with one elite. And that's actually the first time I've ever seen the... Watch what happens with the elite. He throws a grenade and falls off the platform. It just cracks me up every time I see that. Okay. And I did not see at first, but there is one more shielded jackal down there that I will take care of when I come back down. Like right there. Now in reality, I didn't go back to come to full ammo again with the carbine, because what I'm going to be doing here at the end of the mission is another one of these rush skips. Okay, into the Banshee. This is a slightly different route than what I've taken before. It seems to be a little bit more foolproof. Come up here, turn in left in this doorway, jump out. The elite's focusing on the Banshee and not me. And I actually got through the doorway and up the corridor fairly easily. Now, when the door opens here, I want to take out the 3 grunts that are up there in front of me. Okay, and we're going to immediately, that's that ghost there on the right. We're going to hijack that ghost, but I went camo, ran over to this rock. I'm waiting for the ghost to come up a little bit closer to me, a little bit closer. Here he comes. Alright. EMP. Hijack. And off we go. I actually got EMP'd up here. I thought I was dead right there. I'm heading for this open doorway here. I want to splatter that elite and as many of those grunts as I can. And as it turns out, I don't think I got any of the grunts, but the elite was the main thing. I wanted to splatter that elite. I can take the grunts out with the ghost, or headshots, one or the other. There's ghost. I mean, there's a grunt. There's another grunt. I think one of them's trying to get into the ghost there, and I took him out before he could get the ghost going. I believe that's it. Now there is an elite above me on the next level that I have to be a little bit careful about. He's going to start taking pot shots at me. What we're going to do here is our final big skip, the grand finale, if you will. Alright, we're going to jump up here, up on what Tyrant calls a slippery rock. It's this guy right here. I want to get right up on the edge, right there, and then we're going to do a crouch jump up to this support from right on the top. Go invis. Whoa! Almost bought it there. That grunt seems to want to go suicidal more often than not. But anyway, we just run right by them. And we've just avoided a major battle here.
The Sentinels are
And we're nearing the end of the run.
While you were busy, I managed to clear up another transmission from Infinity.
We still got a little bit more to do here. We got to run up to an elevator and take it up to the top, and then a cutscene will kick in, which we can skip, and that'll end the mission.
I wonder if it's related to whatever the Covenant.
Where's the terminus?
But I think, like I said, I think I did the mission probably about 25.5 minutes or so, which is substantially faster than the last time that I did this particular challenge, by the way. I think almost 10 minutes faster. Or even more. But I just use a couple of newer techniques to speed the run up. Seemed to survive them pretty good. I went through this with no deaths. This is a single segment run. Then as we take the elevator to the top, we'll skip the cutscene. I hope this helps you in your quest for the That's No Moon ! Weekly challenge for this week. This is Old Anaki signing off. Take care, everybody.
What were those things?